those of you standing, please have a seat. You're welcome to sit. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Champaign Fire Department. My name is Gary Ludwig, and I have the distinct honor and the pleasure of serving as the fire chief here. So I want to welcome you to the Champaign Fire Department. This is our main administrative building, and also welcome to the Champaign Fire Department family. At this time, I'd like to have Raphael McCardle please come forward and provide our invocation.
Shall we bow our heads? Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, for all the blessings you've given us. And today, especially in this celebration for DC, Dorval Norwood, Lord, you give many blessings and blessings to the whole family. Thank you for everything and for your strength, and help us in all we do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you. That's Dorval's son, Jason's father-in-law. Thank you for that wonderful invocation. If I could have everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order. Order. Thank you. Please have your seats. Again, welcome to the Champaign Fire Department. I want to introduce a few people to you before we begin our festivities. Immediately to my left in the back row, if you would raise your hand, is our mayor, the Honorable Deborah Frank Finan. Let's all give her a hand. We also have our city manager with us, Dorothy David, in the front row. Deputy City Manager Joan Walls in the back row. And also our Chief of Police, Anthony Cobb. One of the things I always do is I recognize our retirees. We've only recently, in the last few years, started this type of ceremony where we recognize and honor those who are retiring. So a lot of these individuals from the past who were firefighters here with the Champaign Fire Department were never afforded this opportunity to have these wonderful walkouts. So let's have them stand, and let's all give them a round of applause for everything they did for this community. For all retirees, please stand. All right, at this point, I'm going to ask Chief Norwood to please come to the podium and introduce his family.
Thank you, Chief. Unfortunately, I probably will not be able to introduce each and every member of my family. As you can see, there's quite a few people here. But I will name a few and recognize them. My wife, Gloria Ann, my cousin, Ruthie, my daughter, Aisha, Jason somewhere, Jason, and Kimberly Ann, my other daughter, and my mother-in-law to the right, Miss Peggy Peck. I know I'm going to miss somebody, but trust me, it's in the script that I wrote, and I'll recognize you later. But in general, that's my family over here to the right. So thank you guys for coming.
Again, I can't say enough welcome. This is our family, and now you being here is part of our family. And there are many that make us successful. So before I begin, a few words I want to say about Dorval. I want to recognize our Chief of Planning, who plans all these events, Captain Todd Hitt. Where's Todd at? There's Todd there. He's also, no, he's right over here, and he's one of our bagpipers. Let's all give him a round of applause. I can't tell you how much planning goes into something like this. There is a checkoff list that's actually about 40 pages long, it seems like, with all the things that have to be detailed here. If you were to come here this morning, this did not look like this. There were fire trucks that were parked here and hose and all these other things. And so it didn't get that way by accident. It's because of the firefighters here that prepared this room, scrubbed down the floors, set up all the chairs, set up all the displays. The list goes on and on. And so, and Deborah, who's part of our staff, she was also part of helping to set this up. So I just want to give them a round of applause and say thanks for all you guys do. And lastly, I just want to thank our Honor Guard. I'm always so proud when I see them and how they display the exemplary way that they exude professionalism about our department. So let's thank them also. But besides thanking Dorval for all he's done for the last 25 years for the Champaign Fire Department, I want to thank the family. I want to thank you, Gloria Ann. I want to thank the children. I want to thank all the other members of the family for sharing Dorval with us. I have no doubt that he missed Thanksgivings. He missed some Christmases. He probably missed some basketball games, some other athletic events. I can't even imagine some of the things he probably missed because he wasn't with his family, but he was with our other family. But you shared him with us. So on behalf of all the firefighters, I just want to say thank you for sharing Dorval with us. It was an honor to have him here for 25 years and all the dedicated service he provided. I know he missed things, but he was with us and he was serving this community. But thank you for sharing him with us. Thank you. Let's all give them a round of applause. So, how do you truly measure someone's character? How do you measure that? Well, does anybody really know how to measure that? Well, I will tell you the way I measure it is the person that does something for someone else that other person will never be able to pay back. And when we talk about Dorval, I think that's what we're talking about. We're talking about someone whose character is such that the quality of his character is such that he would do for others with never the expectation that he would get anything back in return. All the way from the time he became here as a firefighter, up through engineer, to lieutenant, to battalion chief, we missed captain. So he was a firefighter, engineer, lieutenant captain, battalion chief, then a deputy chief. Each step up the ladder, each step along the way, he gave to others with no expectation of giving back. As a firefighter, as an engineer, as a lieutenant on an engine company, he went on numerous calls in the community, again, delivering 100% of professionalism and the best he could on no matter what the call was, with the expectation of never being able to give anything back. So I think we all can agree that describes Dorval completely. But I can tell you, I started in the St. Louis Fire Department, and I worked for a fire chief at one point who taught me that if you surround yourself with good people, they make you and the department look good. So when I promoted Dorval about 2 years ago to deputy chief, I knew I was promoting someone who was going to make me and the department look good, and he has delivered on every part of that without doubt. My expectations were filled and beyond that. I promoted him to the deputy chief of fire administration, which means that he was over the budget, he handled a lot of the requisitions, he handled the fire marshal's office, the list of things goes on and on. But I got to tell you something about Dorval, is that in Mayor and City Manager Dorothy, I must tell you that he has been a good steward of the taxpayers' dollar. Because every time I asked him for money, and he knows what I'm talking about, I said, I got this idea, I got this project or something else I want to do. Every time I went to Dorval, he says, no, we don't have no money for that. And that happened the first year, and I thought, well, maybe we had a rough year. Well, then the second year came around. I said, hey, Dorval, I got an idea. I want to do whatever it was. And he looked and come back to my office and he said, you know what? I'm sorry, we don't have no money for that. And I was a little suspicious because after that first year, there was money left over that he turned back into the city, Dorothy. I thought you might be happy about that. And then the second year, there was extra money left over. So I'm trying to figure out, if we were always broke, why are you turning money back in, Dorval? But he was a good steward of the taxpayer's dollar, without question. So he did an excellent job because being a deputy chief, there's only 2 deputy chiefs underneath me, and Dorval was one of them, is an awesome and tremendous responsibility. There's a lot of burden and a lot of responsibility that's put on you as a deputy fire chief. And a lot of times I'm gone. And so I have to name one of my deputy chiefs as the acting fire chief. So Dorval, many, many, many times, was the acting fire chief, and he was responsible for what occurred in this fire department. And again, he lived up to my expectations, and he failed in no way whatsoever. He was always consistent and good and professional. He constantly communicated with our city manager's office, and again, he did an exemplary job. So, but one of the things I want to talk about Dorval, besides his professionalism and what he did as deputy chief, is being a friend. And Dorval was a friend to me. And he was a confidant. And many times we would sit in my office and he would close the door, or I would close the door, and we would talk about a lot of things and bounce a lot of things off each other. And we could have good, candid conversation that was honest with each other and respectful of each other, what we were saying. And Dorval guided me in so many different ways to make me successful and make the department successful. So I will always be appreciative of that. But then he really, truly honored me and showed me what our friendship was about. Was when him and Gloria came to Atlanta in August and joined me when I became president of our association down in Atlanta. I got sworn in. And so not only did they come that day, but they spent the entire week with me. And so I will always be appreciative of that and the fact that you were able to join in on that celebration with me. So thank you, Gloria, and thank you, Dorval, for that. So when I come to work on Monday morning, I'm going to look in that office, and I'm not going to see Dorval, because he always comes in like at 5 o'clock. He's always here early. And but even when I come in, I know I'm not going to see him. But it kind of reminds me of the story about that magnificent wooden ship that has the tall mast sails that's tied up to the shore, tied up to the pier. And there's a bunch of people there that are watching this ship as it leaves port. And this magnificent wooden ship that's strong and vibrant and can handle anything that comes its way, whatever high seas there are, keeps sailing off into the distance. And as it gets closer to the horizon, the people who are standing on the shore really can't see it anymore until it disappears over the horizon. So that's not the sad part. The happy part is the people who are on the other shore, who are seeing this magnificent wooden, magnificent, again, I can't use of any of the words I can think that really exemplify what I'm trying to talk about, but it's just this structure that is just tumultuous with the mast as it's coming closer to them. And as it comes closer to them, it is clear how magnificent the ship is. And as it comes into that port, those people are extremely happy. So I think that kind of symbolizes what I'm talking about. You're leaving our port, and we're sad, but he's coming to your port. He's coming back home to his family full time, and they're very happy. And so I'm very happy for you, Dorval. I'm very happy for your family. We're going to miss you, but at the same time, we're very happy for your retirement. So it's well-deserved, and I congratulate you, my friend. Thank you. It is now my honor to call our city manager to the podium, Dorothy D.
So September 6, 1994. Doe knows what I'm getting ready to say. I started with the city of Champaign on September 6, 1994. And so I can stand before you and say, I don't know the Champaign Fire Department or the city of Champaign without Deputy Chief Norwood. He has been a part of my life here since I chose to make my life here. And I've got to tell you, I'm going to miss it. But I won't get all mushy. That's as emotional as I'll get at the podium for you today. I want to talk about who you are as a person and a professional. Just like you've always been a part of my life here at the city, I can't picture the Honor Guard without you in it. Amazing the selfless service and dedication that the people who serve in our Fire Department Honor Guard give in order to honor the service and achievements of the Champaign Fire Department now and always, and the rich history that it has. And you've always been a part of that for me, and it made me think, when we talk about honor, what do we mean? What's it mean to honor someone or be honorable? And it really is reserved for those people of great achievement, of great character, like the chief talked about. You have earned your place of honor here at the city and here with our fire department. And you've done that because from the moment you arrived, you've spent your life honoring others, giving respect and dignity to everybody you came across, leading with respect and dignity, setting as a role model for not only the people who work here, but for future generations through your commitment to the Explorers, and most recently our new Adult Explorer program. To me, that is the real measure of who you are, is that you've given your life always to make life better for other people. And so as you get ready to go, and for some people they leave and we'll see them next week, but with you, you're going to move on and go back to your family, much well deserved. And there's a good chance we may never see you again. And in some ways that leaves a little bit of a hole in my heart. But in other ways that I know that the spirit of who you are will always inspire me, as I can't retire at 25 years of service. And I hope that it continues to inspire everybody here, because as role models go and people of honor go, there are few people who can hold a candle to you, my friend. And so it is my honor and pleasure to congratulate you on behalf of the mayor and city council and all employees past and present, and wish you every happiness in the days to come.
Well, Matt White, from the Operations Manager for Illinois American Water, please come to the podium.
I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to be part of this ceremony. From Illinois American Water, we just wanted to present a small token of our appreciation. Obviously, the work that we do and the work that the fire department does in general is tied together very closely. And just to have the opportunity to provide, to present this token of our appreciation to one of our local heroes is a pleasure to us. So keep it nice and short. Thank you.
That's pretty cool. I'd like to see you get it home, though. So, Gloria, that weighs about 400 pounds. So, but we'll be here to help you. So, will the president of IFF Local 1260, Chris Doral, Lieutenant Chris Doral, please come forward?
You get to come up here with me. I don't do this alone. So Joe's been a member of Local 1260 for 25 years. He's been a long-standing member of our Honor Guard. So he has served Local 1260 with great pride and done us very well. And as I thought about our time together, so for the family that doesn't work with us, we spend a lot of time at the fire station and we get to know each other pretty well. I don't know how Doe is at home, but at the fire station he keeps his private life pretty private. Plays it close to the vest. So as I thought about Doe, I actually thought about him starting his next chapter. And with him leaving, I thought about the next time that I would see him on the street somewhere, be it at a convention or something else, and saying, oh, hey, Doe, how are you doing? He would reply, fine. What are you doing? You know. So as I thought about that, and Doe getting ready to start the next chapter of his life, Doe, on behalf of Local 1260, it is my privilege to give this to you for 25 years of service to our local. Thank you. Congratulations.
All right, you got to join me again. So come on up here. You're getting your workout today. So you just can't take that axe and put it in the closet. So we have something that we want to be able to give you that you can display that axe in a very professional and honorable way. So do we have that? Oh, all right. Well, we have a case. I think it's somewhere. You know where it's at? I think he's got it already. So he saw it, he snatched it up. So, but we have a beautiful case for Dorval that we're going to put that axe in. So anyway, that's on behalf of the fire department. So congratulations to you again. All right. All right. Now I'm going to ask Engineer Mike Brady to please come forward for a presentation.
You know, I've been knowing you 25 years, been pretty tight. We walk and share family stuff, and you've helped me along the way for 25 years since you've been here, and I'm truly going to miss you, and I pray you go in God's speed, and that God continue to bless you and your family.
All right, and now I'd like to ask the Commander of our Honor Guard, Captain Todd Hitt, to please come to the podium.
Dorothy, thank you for bringing up the Honor Guard. It's going to shorten my speech just a little bit. No, that's perfect. Thank you. On behalf of the Champaign Firefighters Local 1260 Honor Guard, it is my honor as its commander to present an award to only our second member, I believe, that's actually retired from the Honor Guard. The Honor Guard actually started back in 1993 and officially organized in 94. Dorval has spent 16 years with the Honor Guard. It's not enough that we, as firefighters, spend all this time away from home. As the chief has alluded, we miss a ton of things with our family. But as the Honor Guard, we expect our guys and gals to do just a little bit more. We expect them to miss more, only to serve. Dorval has been to countless line-of-duty deaths throughout the state of Illinois, countless funerals locally for our own members, countless memorials, flag postings. He was always there. And as the commander of the Honor Guard, when we put the request out, I need help, I need bodies, it's great to have somebody that says, I'll be there. And he was. So on behalf of Local 1260, Honor Guard, presented to Dorval Norwood. One other thing, in the Honor Guard, we don't recognize rank, regardless if you're a firefighter or a deputy chief. That's by design. Our uniforms, as you see here, The members wearing them are, some of them are of rank, but our uniforms do not show that. There's a specific reason for that. We're all equal. And we all do the same thing. And we honor. So, presented to Dorval Norwood in appreciation and recognition of your 16 years of honorable service with the Champaign Firefighters Local 1260 Honor Guard and the AFFI Honor Guard, which, a side note, Dorval, you're very quiet. You're right. And we don't get much personal information, but we love it when Gloria Ann is with us because we get a lot of great information. We're going to miss that. Thank you very much. 2003 to 2019, the Honor Guard oath: to honor, to cherish, to remember, to salute. With overwhelming pride for you, my comrade, I will. I always preached to follow the script, and I didn't. I would like everybody to enjoy a musical selection from Gloria Ann. This is for you, Amazing Grace. Local 1260 Honor Guard will now present the flag flown in celebration of Deputy Chief Dorval Norwood over Fire Station 1.
Report personnel. Attention.
So Dorval is obviously your day, and now I'm going to let you have this microphone also. So please come forward and make any remarks you wish.
It would be easy for me to come up unscripted and say a few things, but I thought it'd be more appropriate for me to use a script because this day is so important, not just for me, but for my family and friends that have come out to support me. So I want the script so I don't forget anything. So bear with me. To the city officials, chief, my family, and guests, a heartfelt welcome to you all. Would or could I have imagined such a send-off or a farewell such as this? Those of you that I've had the distinct pleasure of knowing could guess my first response when I was talked to about a walkout. You know, just not my necessarily cup of tea. I'd rather just sail into the quiet sunset. But I also suspect, if not all of us, we set a time professionally, personally, and even financially when we measure when and how we will end each chapter of our professional lives. For the on-duty firefighter staff, Deborah, and family, and Sandy as well, that set all this stuff up, thank you and so very much. Captain Hitt, I don't want to say another word before I thank you for your time, your coordination, your friendship over the years, and being so accommodating of requests for this occasion today that we pulled off. So thank you. Time. I was assigned to shift 1 13 years ago. I was assigned there for 13 years. Shift 2 for 8 years, shift 3 for 2 years, and the front office for 2 years. Each and every experience has been nothing short of incredible. I've been blessed with the support of far too many to capture all in my brief notes here today. However, in a modest attempt, I have to mention a few. So in the event I miss anyone, I will simply start by again thanking you all. Starting with my family and guests, thank you not just for the time you've taken to be here, traveling near and some of great distances to attend this send-off, from abroad even, Jamaica. Ruthie, Ann, Michael, wow, that's quite a distance. Thank you. And literally across the country, Chicago, New Jersey, D.C., Cleveland, Raphael and Norma, Cincinnati, Tom and Hope, Ohio, Georgia, Florida. Thank you for the trust and love and friendship and encouragements along the way. And thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl, thank you for taking the time to take Jason under your wing. Mom and Dad Bennett, you've been nothing short of incredible. And Mr. Bradley, too. Mommy has stepped in and stepped up to allow the last 25-year adventure to even translate into a possibility. Without her assistance with our children, Jason, Aisha, and Kimmy's day-to-day, I could not have even contemplated a career here. As a retired nurse, a loving grandmother, and a spiritual messenger, there's no better qualified person in the world to have your most cherished loved ones cared for by. Thanks, Mom. Kimberly Ann, Aisha, and Jason, I'm so proud of each and one of you and your accomplishments. Serving the communities you live in, and for Aisha for serving our country. I'm literally overjoyed as it's not easy getting the three of you in the same state, let alone the same room at the same time. To my siblings, Sheila, Martin, Velma, Darlene, Eddie, and my late Sydney, your continued support of your calls, your visits, the celebrations we've had were nothing short of reflective encouragement of what we truly believe is important: family. Martin and I coincidentally share professions, and we've both been talking about retirement plans for quite some time. You need to get on board. Richard, Leslie, John, Cara, I know it was a nice road trip from the East Coast. Thank you guys for being here. To Joe and Raquel, my son and daughter-in-law, each of my children are blessed to have you in their lives. Much love for you. To my cousins, we do have other police officers in here. Aaron, to Caroline, to my Aunt Joyce, to my other brothers and sisters, Raphael and Norma, Carissa, Fred, nieces Antoinette, Sherry, Jordan, Allen, Pastor Richardson, you all know who you are. Thank you immensely for your prayers. To the mayor, the city management, department administrators, elected members, and the fire chief, deputy chiefs, Cruz and Funk. Where is Funk? Oh, he's over there. He's my replacement, by the way. This amazing leadership team's confidence in the small role I was privileged to play in our organization made my career more than just enjoyable employment, but a seamlessly fulfilling opportunity of a lifetime. My professional partners, HR, legal, ECHO, CMO, NSD, and of course, finance. Big ups for finance. My fire service confidants, Dina Schumacher, all retirees. You guys carved out time during this busy holiday season to attend today. And thank you. A span of 25 years could not have been safer, more welcoming, enjoyable, and fun without each and every one of you in my corner and by my side. To the Andersons, Todd and Whitney, and the Carlsons, Todd and Jake, to Rector, B. Smith, Ralph, Brady, continue the consistency of putting department's needs as one of your priorities in your schedules. Thank you guys very much for your assistance on programs and projects you supported me with over the years. It has been a distinct pleasure serving the cities of this community. From every medical call, fire call, all types of emergencies, including retrieving a cat from the top of Holy Cross Church. It happened. To mention the details of everything and everyone who has touched my life, assisted, and have gone completely out of their way to help my family would take even longer to mention, but I absolutely have to say this. Miss Tanya, Mr. Tony, Mr. Fred, Miss Cheryl, and Foxy. Where's Foxy? She's got the Santa beard today, so. Along with their spouses, Renee, Carissa, and Peaches, permission, of course, for all the low air tires, car batteries, home repairs, furnace, airport shuttles, and any other family or household urgent need, your time and commitment to my family has been nothing short of less than incredibly gracious, and I appreciate you so much. Mrs. Norwood, Gloria Ann, as always, you never cease to surprise me and utterly leave me speechless at times with which you do things so flawlessly. As you've managed family, a military career, civilian workforce, and literally maintained a household for the last 25 years. There was a time early on in our relationship where I said, you are way too kind, too nice to everyone you meet. However, the simple truth is that that's just who you are. Anyone who has ever met or gotten to know you, this is the core of what you stand for and what you believe in. And you always do what's right in every action. A caring, giving, loving person. In addition to all I've mentioned, you have, without fail or missing a beat, made time to be supportive of my dreams and professional aspirations as well. There's absolutely nothing more I could have asked or even have dreamt for that matter. The greater part of the reason I stand here today is you. A mere thank you could not surmise my appreciation, love, and gratitude. Therefore, I will commit the rest of my years making it up by traveling, luggage carrier, if you will, and or without question fulfilling whatever is on your to-do list you create. So thank you. Home, family, travel, and my grandsons, Grayson and Devin, are my new job titles and responsibilities for now. To wrap this up, I'll say to my fellow firefighters, enjoy the moments you create here. Never take a shift, a trade, a month, or a year for granted. Absorb it, embrace it, cherish it all. As the old cliche, it all goes by so quickly. If you are blessed, lucky, or however you choose to frame it, and reach the end of your 20, 25, 30, or even 40-year career with your health and the sensation of fulfillment at the end of your chapter with the Champaign Fire Department, you can stand in my place as I humbly stand today and say, it's time. Your next chapter will begin also. Thanks to each and every one of you for your tremendous support, and I will not say goodbye today. I'll say until. Thank you.
Thank you, Dorval, for those heartfelt and just outstanding comments you made, without doubt. So we got two more presentations to make, and before we go to the family, I'm going to have Deputy Fire Chief Roger Cruz make a presentation.
Well, so most of you, like everybody has said, Dorval's a pretty quiet person. I had about 4 or 5 years on when Dorval came on. He remembers some stories that I don't remember, but I always got to think too, why you eat my Kool-Aid? Well, I can be persistent, and I was one of the lucky ones that got to have some of that Kool-Aid. So for that, I say thank you, Bill. And with that, I'll present you with our plaque from the fire department. Presented to Deputy Chief Dorval Norwood upon his retirement from the City of Champaign Fire Department, September 6, 94 to December 20th, 2019. Thank you very much for all your friendship, your guidance, your advice, disagreements sometimes, but always took it to heart, and you made me a better person. Thank you.
All right, while the firefighters are moving something forward here, I'm going to ask Lori Ann and I believe Jason to come to the podium.
beneath my wings.
A lifetime of service. Your story began 35 years ago at Lackland Air Force Base, San Antonio, Texas. Here you would earn the Air Force Basic Military Training Ribbon. You would grow into a young man, a defender of the United States of America and its resources. A move to Randolph Air Force Base would be the window to education as you graduated a guardian member of the security forces. The quest for adventure took you to Ellsworth Air Force Base, South Dakota, then on to Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, Arizona. Eager to protect and defend your countrymen, you enthusiastically volunteered to serve at Treviso Air Force Base, Italy. Your next assignment would be Angleston Air Force Base, Guam, where you continue to serve with dignity and honor, thereby being awarded the coveted United States Air Force Commendation Medal for meritorious service. In the spirit of service before self, you matriculated to a higher service as a firefighter at Chanute Air Force Base, Illinois. This position gave you the opportunity to provide mutual aid to cities of Rantoul, Champaign, and Urbana. You answered the call of duty in support of Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm, Desert Calm. In 1993, you were assigned to Warner Robins Air Force Base, Georgia, where this part of your journey would come to an end. In light of your tenure of exemplary service with distinction to the United States of America, you were awarded the United States Air Force Commendation Medal, the Air Force Achievement Medal, the Air Force Good Conduct Medal with 2 Oak Leaf clusters, National Defense Service Medal, Air Force Overseas Short Tour with Oak Leaf cluster, Air Force Longevity Service Medal with Oak Leaf cluster, Military Education Training Ribbon, and Air Force State Ribbon. An innate desire to this change you accept from the events that motivated you to return to Champaign in September of 1994. It was in this, your beloved city, you became family, developed friendship, wedding, birth, house, baby, and where your career was flourished, spanning more than 20 years. You grew to the rank of firefighter, engineer, light captain, battalion chief, culminating a stellar career as the chief and city fire marshal, trained to oversaw the logistics division of the fire department, include budget, recruitment and hiring, promotion processes, the investigation division, prevention and education division. Your selfishness will not go unnoticed as you continue to serve by volunteering as a deployed fireman, garnering the George Meany Award for Outstanding Service to honor, to cherish, to remember, to salute with overwhelming pride. To you, my comrade, as a member of the Associated Firefighters, Local 1260 reveres on you for credit to yourself and your campaign. Despite the distance, you attended sporting events, band performances, ROTC drill team competition, banquets, proms, balls, graduation functions, induction ceremonies, retirements, weddings, birth of Papa's baby, surgery, cancer treatment. The journey has truly been a lifetime of commitment and service. Benjamin E. Mays wrote, God's winning. I only have just a minute, only 60 seconds of it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it. But it's up to me
Thank you, Gloria Ann. And Jason, there's no words. That was beautiful. Absolutely. Deputy Chief Dorval Norwood will now conduct a ceremonial pass-on with the firefighters who are present in the room. The pass-on is the fire department tradition that has occurred for centuries in firehouses every day throughout America when the off-going officer meets with the oncoming officer at shift change and passes on information. That is important to know, such as closures of streets, any issues with the fire engine, any of the tools, or anything relevant to the fire station itself. Chief Norwood will now greet each firefighter present and exchange a few departing words. Any firefighters who are retired that are present, you're also welcome to join the ranks of our firefighters. And during this time period, a slideshow will play on the screen to my right.
Be
So, as we come to the end of our ceremony, today, Deputy Fire Chief Dorval Norwood begins to write another chapter in his life. We're going to pay tribute, as we just did, to his remarkable career. In a final gesture of respect and recognition by the men and women of the Champaign Fire Department, Chief Norwood will now perform a symbolic final walkout as he transitions from a life of active duty and public service to that of a retired firefighter. We honor his dedication to duty. We respect all the sacrifices he has made in the name of public safety. And lastly, in brotherly and sisterly love, we show our appreciation to him for standing by our side as we confronted the daily challenges of our very real and dangerous job. A firefighter listens to tones throughout his career. So before Dorval begins his final walkout, at this time, we'd like to honor Chief Norwood with a tone signifying his final tour of duty at the Champaign Fire Department.
Uniform personnel, attention.
Inspirational page only for Champaign Fire Department.